Hey Ringside crew, welcome to the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. And now here's your host, Joe, Panther the Third.
Hey, hello there, wrestling fans, and welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I am Joe Panther the Third, and man, podcast month was great. I want to thank all my podcast friends that helped me celebrate my birthday month and the month of April. But that page is turned, and now we are in the month of May. A lot of lambs, a lot of rainstorms. Jeez. But I have a young lady that I had on last year. She is awesome. She is fierce, but she's not alone. Today, we are opening Tag Team Month. There's been so many awesome tag teams that have been on the Dudes at Ringside podcast in the past, but these ladies are different. They bring a different type of fury to their fire. Welcome, my guests. Ladies, welcome to Dudes at Ringside podcast. Welcome.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Awesome. So, if my internationally known audience is already familiar with this awesome person right here, but where have you been since last time we were in the studios, first and foremost?
Is this directed at me? I assume based on the hands.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been kicking ass all over Texas. As you can hear, I've lost my voice from screaming at fans this past weekend down in South Texas. I'm gonna try and do as much talking as I can, but I can't guarantee my voice will hold up. I'm just now getting my voice back. You know, every badass has their moments, right? But yeah, I've been running around Texas, been kicking ass with Nova, and yeah, it's just been a blast.
Awesome. So now the other half of this awesome tag team, let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside welcome to Nova Phoenix. Welcome to Dudes at Ringside, Nova. Welcome, girl. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So if my internationally known audience is not familiar with you, Nova, introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Nova Phoenix. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I'm the fiery Phoenix of Texas. Well, hell, actually, fiery Phoenix of professional wrestling. I've been wrestling this past year, made 10 years. So I'm a veteran now, guys. So if you want to see real, I would say, knockout, drag out, slobber knocker wrestling, you need to watch my matches on YouTube. I do have a YouTube page as well. So look me up. You'll see some hard-hitting matches. And I don't take no crap from nobody.
Awesome.
Can attest, I'm in a lot of those matches.
Yeah.
So how did this tag team become a team? Because I'm a 90s/80s guy. I remember some tag teams didn't always start by, okay, we're going to have you two join and make this scary team. Sometimes it started in a rivalry. How did this team start?
Well, actually, as some of you may know, some of you kids probably see on matches on my YouTube page, I was actually Morgan's very first match in professional wrestling.
That's right.
Got a call from a promotion here in Dallas called Metroplex Wrestling. Told me they had a new girl that they wanted to present to the professional world. But I was told she was big and bad, and it turned out to be true.
That's right. I was about to say, you better not say no bad words about me.
Because usually around Texas, I was the tallest and the biggest. But when I found out there may be competition, I was actually excited for it. So then later on, fighting. God, how many times did we go at each other? Do you remember?
Oh my God. Well, so many. I always say it was so many times that we had to become a tag team so I could stop wrestling you.
Yes, that's true.
We wrestled each other that many times. It was a lot.
Yeah, so we basically went from slamming each other onto concrete floor.
That was stupid.
Hey, you started that one. And then one day we I guess we were in the fatal 5-way for the Mission Pro Cup in San Antonio,
That's
and
right.
we saw
And
we
I was
saw
just going to
some.
say, and stupid JP Harlow had to insert himself into this match. For those that don't know, Mission Pro Wrestling is a women's promotion primarily. And JP Harlow is a guy down in South Texas, loves to stick his neck where it doesn't belong. And that would be what I'd say was the catalyst for Fire and Fury, because there was no reason that Nova Phoenix or myself shouldn't have won that match.
No,
In my humble opinion.
nah, he kind of was it. He tried to challenge both of us, and got his butt handed to him,
It's true.
and then snuck away with the victory by sucker punching a woman in the face.
That's right.
Well, he couldn't do it to us. He just picked on someone smaller. So,
But
Shit.
hey, look at us now.
took 10 titles from them.
That's right.
See,
We came
you
back
ladies-
later last year and Mission Pro Cup winners. We got the cup we were so rightfully deserving of, and cashed it in to become Mission Pro Tag Team Champions. And here we sit.
Yep.
Do you ladies have the belts with you currently, or are they with the?
I do. It's actually in the other room. I'm still unpacking from the weekend.
Mm.
Same here. Mine's in my gear bag. Can't remember where I put it.
Hold on, I'm gonna go grab mine.
Okay. Do she have that? I wish I need to get the video with the monkey biting the wire, and it's like, please wait, we'll be right back.
Yeah.
We'll make it like a cat. Oh my god, because I'm a Panther. I totally would. If you know the movie, Christmas Vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Have
I do.
The cat biting the wire.
Oh.
Right have it as me as the cat going.
Yeah.
Have me,
Or
me trying to touch
or
the
do-
wire, and
Whoop. Or do
me trying
SpongeBob.
to plug in my microphone, and it's like, oh, there they are. See, we are the internationally known home of champions, and we had to show
That's
that.
right.
Miss Mercy, we had to show that.
I had to go
Yeah.
unpack it from, toting it around the state of Texas and showing off how badass we are.
Yeah,
Well,
which still don't even have challengers for these titles either. Apparently, all tag teams are scared. So
That's
We're
very
just
true,
like-
actually.
So I live in PA. I go to PPW, and I also go to Battlefield Pro Wrestling a lot.
Mhm.
I say I go there a lot, but I go to PPW more. They're more in my heart. But also Smash Masters. But I think there's a few female wrestlers in PPW that I think if they would step up and have the guts to face you two, I think I would love to see you face Sammy Chaos.
Okay.
okay.
Sounds like
You know
a girl
Sammy Chaos?
right up our
You know
alley.
Sammy Chaos
Not
is?
familiar, but I'll have to look her up.
She is. I think you both would be if it was a triple threat match, you both would be a very, very good competition for the both.
If
of
it were
you.
a triple threat match, we'll kill her.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on. See, it's technically a handicap match, by the way.
It'd be because you're a tag team. So, but I'm saying it. If she can find another big, tough person to take you on for your tag titles, I don't know. As you said, there's not much competition for you ladies. Like, what do? Do you just look through the locker room and just farage like you're like a wolf in the woods? Like, what do you guys do?
With that being said, yes, we defend our titles against women's teams, but we're not opposed to defending them against men's teams, intergender teams, non-binary teams. It doesn't matter. We come away with the win. So Sammy Chaos, because she could bring whoever she wanted. The result would be the same.
Both of them are getting their ass kicked.
That's right.
They're gonna get them hands.
Dang right.
They're gonna get it all. Hands, feet.
Well, if I'm there,
belly.
you gotta grab me. I'll put the chain around my neck. No, we're not gonna choke the Joe. We're not gonna choke the Joe. I'll be the manager.
Prove you can carry it first. That's a heavy ass chain.
Because
Yes, it is very heavy.
I'm strong, and then I fall down. It's just like,
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
you hold chain. I got it, and then you walk away. I don't
We'll
got
help you
it.
out.
Just legs, just. It's like that
That's
video
right.
you see on freaking TikTok. The guy jumps off the top rope, and his legs just. Have you ever seen that video?
I think I have. It's been a
My
while.
dad
But
has
I'm
sent me
sure I've
that
seen it at
video
least
like
once.
100 times. And I'm like, Dad, why? No. It freaks me out every time. But have you ladies ever thought of traveling out of Texas to wrestle? Besides,
I'd love to.
We've been wanting. We've been wanting to defend it everywhere, like out of Texas, especially. But it just seems like no one wants to step up. Like we've
So
laid
it's
out
twofold.
challenges. Yeah.
It's twofold. One, people aren't biting at the opportunity, which I don't blame them because, look at us. We're giant. We're powerful. We're explosive. We're destructive. But on the flip side, and I realized this past weekend when I drove 7 hours and was still in the state of Texas, it's a big ass state. You can drive from where we are in Dallas. You can drive 3 hours in any direction and still be in the state. And that's only to get to Louisiana, which is the closest. Or you drive 7 hours to get anywhere else. Like it's a big state.
Mm-hmm.
I know another male wrestler, but he is from Texas. I don't know if you're familiar with Tamaku.
Do you know where he's out of?
You just it makes me laugh because he is from Texas, and I'm not sure what part, what high or low in Texas, but he's there. He's in Texas. Let's just say the man sounds like Cookie Monster when he talks, but he's like an 8, Cookie Monster.
I think I would remember Cookie Monster, but that's the thing, right? Is the state of Texas is so huge that each city in Texas, like San Antonio, Houston, Austin, are their own kind of microcosms of wrestling because they're so far apart. And the only time you really see overlap is when you have wrestlers like Nova and myself who travel to take on different competition.
Yep.
Yeah. So for you ladies being like in the separate parts of Texas and your tag team partners, do you have to like have a text chain with each other knowing what time you're leaving? And because I know you're similar, your gear almost has that similar look, that bluish, greenish tint now. But do you have different versions of the things like the rockers? Like you could look different, but make it look the same a little bit?
Well, we're actually working on that. We both love the green. I actually got gear made and actually to look like her green. So we're definitely working on
work
it.
in progress.
Yeah.
I had to say the
Stay
rockers.
tuned. I would more or less say Kane and the Undertaker, to be honest with you, but
I can throw an idea out for you, ladies. You could do like an homage outfit, like whenever do the demolition, like have like a black outfit with like the little silver rhinestones in it, ish kind of thing. Even though you don't wear a mask.
Fetish gear is what you're saying.
What's that? Wait, what?
They basically had fetish gear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
you know what's funny? No one ever says that.
To.
They keep that on the back burner, They're like wrestling. I've seen memes like, yeah, I like the demolition. So you like fetish? No, I like the demolition. No, you like to be dominated.
Hey, those Venn diagrams are almost a circle, brother.
Yeah. You can't get a male wrestling fan to admit it. Like, oh, so you like demolition? Yeah. Oh, so you like to be dominated? What? I've never been a male wrestling fan, but I don't want to die. Trying not to get it. I'll go heel when I want to feel it, but I'm like, I'll never admit it that I'm a demolition fan. I'll say Legion of Doom.
Hey, don't get me wrong. Demolition, great tag team. I love what they did. They were record holders for so long for a reason. They sounded just about how I do right now.
Yeah.
So I was a big Demolition fan too. But like Nova said, Kane, Undertaker, like Brothers of Destruction, we have been likened to the Sisters of Destruction. Not a name we bestowed upon ourselves, but was given to us. And we kind of wear that with pride.
I'd wear a shirt that says that with you on the oh my god, I just saw it. Has a picture of you, cartoon version of you two, like on like in like a big like a city outline, and you're like peeking over the city, and it's like on fire below the city, and on the back of the shirts it just says Sisters of Destruction.
Not a bad idea.
The wrecking ball is coming your way.
Miley Cyrus.
I don't know. I just thought of wrecking ball and
it.
destruction. I don't know. Miley Cyrus, have you like raw on the chain, like swinging by? I don't know. In the outline of the letters, made it sound funny. So let's go into your big tag team win. When you decided to cash in, were you nervous? I knew you guys are big, like your tag team is very dominant and very intimidating to most other female teams and everybody. But when you guys decided to cash in to win the go for the tag titles, was it a long process, or did you know what you wanted to do?
We just knew what we wanted, and we're going to take it no matter what. We cashed into the tag team match between the King Bees and Red Hot, what they were called, Red Hot. I can't remember.
I believe that's what they called themselves, is Kelly and Tita, and the other name escapes me. But Red Hot was the team.
Okay. We knew what we wanted, and to be perfectly honest, I'd rather pick. We wanted the King Bees again. That's what we wanted. But Red Hot was just the extra icing on the cake, I guess. But
hey,
we took what we wanted.
We saw an opportunity and we took it. Like Nova said, that was always the goal, was to be Mission Pro Tag Team Champions. And we were going to do it by any means necessary. We were unlucky, and the first time we faced the King Bees, they got one over on us, showed our inexperience as a team, but we had the last laugh when we cashed in and became champions.
Yep.
So when it finally happened, that moment when you guys hit your finishing move and the referee was counting after the 3, what was it? What did you ladies feel like? Was it like when the bell rang and your music hit and the announcers announced you guys are the tag team champions?
Well, to be perfectly honest, you actually go back and watch that film on YouTube and Mission Pro's social media. First, they got our tag team name wrong. So at first, I was kind of pissed. But anyway, for me, I don't know about Morgan, I was pretty damn happy. I've worked so long and so hard to get to this moment, and it finally was there, and we took it, and we take these titles. I was pretty damn happy. I don't get how she felt about it. That's how I felt. The hard work finally paid off.
Now, I haven't been in the business nearly as long as Nova has. I've just been in just a little over 3 years. But when I started wrestling, Mission Pro Wrestling was one of my goals. They were not only this beacon for women's wrestling in general, but just in the state of Texas, they had that name recognition. Like, most people knew who Mission Pro Wrestling was if they didn't know any other independent promotions or other women's wrestlers. They know Mission Pro. So that was always a goal for me. And to ascend to champion status, whether it's a singles title or hell, even better as a tag team, the 5th ever Mission Pro Tag Team Champions at that. It was an awesome moment. Like, I mean, satisfaction is the word that comes to mind, but I was also pretty damn happy, as Nova put it. It was a big moment. And to it also being the show that right before Mission Pro they're currently on hiatus. We don't know if or when they're planning on coming back, but we're going to be the Mission Pro Tag Champions all the same. But to do that on the last show before this hiatus was huge.
Very.
Just hope they come back. I just, there's a lot of women's wrestlers that have been there over the years, and like,
absolutely.
Have you thought of like all the women's wrestlers that have come through those doors, and now you two are the current tag team champions?
Oh, of course. I mean, I randomly will recite to myself who the tag champions have been in the past, just to kind of like let that gravity sink in of like this huge moment and this huge accomplishment. But yeah, like in its short run, like I think 2019 was when they started, right, Nova?
Yeah, it was 2019.
Like they've made a huge impact. I mean, not to mention their current champion, Izzy Moreno. Like she's 17 still? I can't remember if she's turned 18 yet, but she's 17 years old. The point
Tell
being,
her I say what's up because I've been dying to work with her.
Okay, I will. But
she's a fan like me,
as young as she is,
yeah,
like huge talent has come through there. A lot of talent that I and Nova would like to face.
Yep. I think they said the other day, like who do we want to face? Like they gave like certain tag teams, like Money Birds, the Hex. Cannot remember who the third one was. Please forgive me, but we told them all we want to face them all. Hell, we'll even face the guys. Bring in the guys. I know Mission Pro is all about women and women empowerment, which we definitely love, but bring in some guys. They want to be big and bad. We'll step in the ring. We'll throw our titles in the middle. Let's go.
But I'd love the chance to kick JP Harlow in the face again.
Is there like, because I know Nova, I saw the picture on your Instagram with your hand. Like, was that from a match that your hand got busted like that?
Yeah, I don't know if y'all can see it. I busted my knuckle.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, I see it.
Okay, so
the other girl look.
She got kicked in the face.
Let's go.
So I don't know what happened. I was in a triple threat here at Metro Fox Wrestling for the MPX Women's title against Angela Armstrong and Shay Carmichael, Blondie again, Morgan. Well, somehow, some way, I ended up busting my knuckle, and I don't know how. I legitly, after the match, looked down, my hand was bleeding.
Oof,
so I probably knocked someone in the face too hard, knowing myself. So
she happens.
Very familiar with Angela Armstrong. Don't know if you ladies know this. She somehow hacked my podcast. She took over. I wasn't even in the room. I was still in the bathroom zipping out of the sink because I'm a cat. And I hear the theme song and I'm like, what? And then I run in my room. The intro's on the screen. Yeah. And then there's Angela talking about how she's the new host. And I like pop in and I'm just like, are you kidding me?
Honestly, that's very her.
Yeah.
I was saying, that sounds like Angela.
Yeah, she hacked my StreamYard. She somehow got into the studio. I usually bleep and lock the door. It has a thumbprint. She must have like shook my hand and like put the print of and got into the Jose Quinones Memorial Studios without Little Panther. And she must have like took my hand and like I must have stupidly touched the counter and then she put tape down and caught my prints and got in. It blows my mind.
That's what
that was the craziest moment of the year.
Gotta always have that 2-factor authentication.
I know. I got to change. My security guard was sleeping. He was sleeping. He was staring at like he was eating like, and I was like, really, dude, really? You know you're gonna lose your job now. You're like, and I felt bad. He showed me a picture of his kids. He says kids were all wearing dude shirts. I was like,
like you do.
Yes. He was watching your episode when he was distracted too. So,
okay.
I told him you're gonna get. She's gonna give you the chain now. You put our podcast at risk. And let's not talk about security. Don't get me started with that security guard. But ladies,
fired him. Honestly,
I want to, but like,
hope you enjoyed that last
so
meal.
oddly that I had to like give him a second chance because I have a few episodes that I need security.
You're too giving. Couldn't be me.
So, yeah, my That's why he got beat up today. Oh, did you ladies? Did he overly try to check you today, and that's why he's roughed up a little bit?
Listen, he knows better.
Mm-hmm.
He was
I don't
crying.
like to be
Did you guys rough him up? I won't get mad. He deserved it after what Angela did. He needed to be stripped.
Truth.
Yes. So
But yeah,
we're talking
Angela
about-
Armstrong and annoying as ever.
yes.
Sounds
And
like.
the other lady that you wrestled, the blondie, she's another
Mhm.
one that has been on my wish list, but I really you took her out, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So,
Shane Carmichael tends to get in the way, and we tend to dispatch her pretty quickly.
But yeah, here's the thing. So, we need to talk about this later on, Morgan. Somehow, I get knocked out, and then she ends up with a title match next week. How does that happen?
That's a little suspect.
So
Listen, honestly, at Tracks for MPX, it took almost over a year for me to even get a shot at that title. Like,
how do you think I feel?
I know.
so
I get one shot, but then I get another one, and the little weasel named Angela Armstrong likes to sneak in a win, which I'm
Like
very
she
ticked
do.
off.
Oh, I know.
And
Trust me. She's beating me too. I'm real pissed off about it.
so yeah, not in a good mood about that.
So let's go back to like with your tag team matches. You were told me you don't have a limit, men or women. What if it was like a hardcore team that did a death match? Would you ladies go into a death match?
Death
would.
match? I would be down, but that's gonna be more along the lines of what they're willing to accept, because death match. I mean, in a regular match, we're dangerous enough. You put weapons in our hands, then it really becomes a death match. If you catch my drift.
You have a chain. Miss Mercy comes in with her little buddy, the chain.
That's right. Daisy Jr.
Yeah, she comes out like freaking the repo man, starts hanging and banging, hanging and clanging with the chain.
Hanging and clanging. I like
hanging that. There you go, new phrase. There you go. Copyrighted.
That's right.
Yeah, my hand just gets thrown to the ground. You know, I copyrighted nothing, Joe. It's my phrase. So ladies, have you ever had any fans do like drawn you to the T and you're like, oh my gosh, it's such a good picture?
What is that guy's name that gives us caricatures?
Gonzo, I always forget.
Gonzo, I know.
I don't know why I always want to call him because on Instagram he's like Lazarus or something. So I always think Laszlo.
Yeah, so
speaking of people I choked with a chain.
You chopped Gonzo.
I did. I chopped that man. He asked for it and I chopped him. Chopped him real good.
I always get scared because I want to get chopped, but I'm afraid it's going to be like chop and then it's going to turn into like me at the gates of heaven going, what happened? And my dad, you look down, my dad's like, oh my God, my boy Randy. And I'm just like, because I joked with Sammy Chaos at the show when she won the women's title. I was like, Sammy, can you chop me? And she was like, Joe, do you realize you're about 5'1", right? I'm twice your size. I will literally be like, and you'll be like
you'll like stop me.
Nah, I wouldn't care. I chop anybody.
If that's the smoke you want, that's the smoke you get.
Because I've never been chopped, and now I'm afraid because I have like this congestion that may come out of me. And just like saliva. Be like
that's the risk you take.
It'll be like a Dilophosaurus, like.
The risk you take. That's all you got.
All I can say it'll be like a baby after eating stewed peas.
Disgusting.
Yes, she'll be like, Joe, I hate you. You asked for it. You chopped me.
That's true.
There's another young lady that does drawings. I don't know if you're
Mhm.
familiar with Tracy. She's from North Carolina.
Nope.
Oh, you when we're done, I'll have to show you her. She did this of me,
Oh, that's cute.
That is
right?
cute.
Right? We're not matchy today. I do have she did me in
I
my
see that once.
favorite polo. I had to grow a
Mhm.
beard because the Poconos are cold. We cold here in the
Gotcha.
Poconos. We all fam here. All the girls can cuddle and hang
Poconos?
out. And then she did one that brought tears to my eyes. My grandfather, Jose Quinones, the Panther.
Oh,
Oh,
Yes, my
cute.
grandfather.
that's
He
cute.
got me into I ladies, I don't cry often holding a pop in my hand. But when I got this, I stood with this in my hand, sat with this in my hand in the studios, sitting absolutely tears in my eyes, just crying. I was like, it's like I never met him
Mm.
at all. To be able to sit and talk to a pop for like 5 seconds and going, "Hey, Grandpa, it's nice to meet you," and I just teared up. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I said, "Thank you for getting me into wrestling." My dad added, "Papa Panther had to pop up like Batman around the corner. Like, are you crying?" And I'm like,
Mm.
"No, yes, leave me alone. Don't be judgmental."
Yeah, it's 2025. We don't judge like that.
My dad is a
Nope.
former cop.
I
He's like
do. No one does.
I
Mhm.
literally got my dad so bad at me for a while. I actually had his theme song as the Big Boss Man theme on my phone.
But
He got so
Love
mad.
it.
We're at the mall and we're walking, and he's like, "Where the hell is this kid?" And I'm in the store, the back of the store. My phone was on full blast, and all you hear is dun, dun, wing. My dad's like, Dad's just like, I'm sitting there going,
Cute.
my dad's like, "What the hell are you doing?" I'm pretending I have the nightstick, the little flippy thing Big Boss Man uses. So
Yeah.
like you guys are like equivalent of like Michael Myers and Jason. So if you guys had to make a horror movie,
Mhm.
what kind of monsters what would it be like? What would your horror movie be like?
Mine would be. See, it depends if you include Scream because it's kind of like a horror comedy
Scream.
situation.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm the stalker type, and do not take that out of context. I feel like I would be the person that's like, oh, I know what you're wearing, or I can see you through your window. Like I would play a little bit of mind games before inevitably, like, committing to the deed, as it were. But yeah, definitely a slasher for sure.
For me, it's probably like just for me in general, probably like a Pennywise type of like want to mess with your head, make you go insane,
Terrifying.
and very terrifying, and basically just make you go insane, just take you alive.
Did you
And
ladies see Terrifier?
mm-mm.
I'm not familiar with that one. No.
That one's on Peacock. It's this stalker clown with a white face with a little hat. It is these new age horror movies that it's not like mysterious. Oh, where's the bad guy? Oh, he's right behind you, stabbing you in the ankle. And the girl's like, trying to get away.
Right.
And it's just like, literally, that's the sound the girl's making. Trying to get away. It's like wonka wonka. But
I
even
take
like
the
the
stab him in
toughest
the
guy, like my
ankles
buddy
too.
Jay Beans, Balor Club guy, was like, nah, man, that guy is whack. He's mean and scary. And I would be so mean, mad. I'd run him over with the car. I'm like, he's a serial killer. You know that guy's not gonna. You know he's gonna get.
See, that's the thing. That's why I like the slasher movies, because there is that dose of realism in them. The ones that legit scare me are the supernatural ones, where it's like, how you gonna fight a ghost? You don't.
Yeah.
You move.
Yeah.
So with both of your horror movies, would you have like multiple till you guys meet and then go together and start slashing everybody else?
See, that's what we say for the sequel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the MCU. We gotta have our own individual origin movies, our individual horror movies, and then like a scary Avengers.
So who would be in, like, I guess, of course it'd be you two, but who would be the other members of the scary, what would
How
you
many
call
members we got?
I don't know.
it?
Good question. Because we don't like anybody but ourselves, so I'm not sure.
I mean, true. So we'll cap it at what? 3? We can invite
3.
one more person.
Hmm.
Uno más? No, you know what? Let's do 4. That way we can each get one.
Do you know who Mother Endless is?
Mother Endless, I do not.
Oh, you need to look her up. You and her, I think if you had to do it, if she made you go one-on-one with her, you and her would be an absolutely stellar match because she actually comes out with a kendo stick.
Listen, just because you come out with a kendo stick don't mean you're safe.
Yeah, I know.
No.
That's what I'm saying. You come out with your chain, she comes out with the kendo, she tries to swing it, you throw the chain at her, wrap it around the kendo, pull it out of her hand.
That's the thing. I don't need a weapon. I'll just take it and break it.
Mhm.
It's
Exactly.
just a stick. That's all it is.
It's just a stick.
I've been hit by kendo sticks before. Yeah, they sting, but they break easy too. So
It's another weapon. I'm
not too scary for me.
The reason we use metal, it don't break.
As I say this as a fan, I have absolutely only thing I've ever encountered in a ring. They let me get in the ring, but I didn't like do anything but stand there and pose. But I'm just like, my gosh, if I slip on a sweat spot and I just fall backwards, maybe I'll take a bump.
Maybe.
And then the promoter will be like, "Can you sign this?"
Uh,
We have no
That's that liability waiver.
recollection of you taking anything in the ring. I could see that now. I come to Texas for a show. Some reason your promotion comes back. I come to Texas, and you're like, "Joe, get in the ring. Just take one bump." Thunder Rosa slides in the ring, and she's like, "Hey, Joe, can you sign this?" "Oh, want me to for a giveaway?"
That's a good one.
And she's like, "Nope, I'm not kidding. This never happened." And then she runs away. Rosa wanted my autograph, and that'll be me. Then shout out to
Like
Thunder
signing
Rosa.
a will, really.
Yeah. And then I turn around, you two are just like waiting, ready to pounce. I'm like, all the girls are like, "Did I just hear a squeak?"
It's your soul leaving your body.
But I want to be
Or you won't even hear it coming.
I promise. I'll be your manager. Give me some shoulder pads. I'll be sore spikes. I'll be your Jimmy Hart. Weren't me?
We'll have to get you a pair of little my first shoulder pads.
Yes. There was, I don't know if you watched WCW, ladies. There was an episode of, I think it was Nitro or a pay-per-view when Jimmy Hart was part of that tag team, the Faces of Fear. He had a. Do you remember that tag team, Miss Mercy?
I don't think so.
It sounds
Maybe
familiar.
before the time I watched WCW.
It's a black suit coat. I told my dad. My dad's like, "That sounds cool." And they just took the top of a skeleton, took the bottom jaw off, and stuck it on each shoulder, and had it looking the other directions. And I think it had said "Faces of Fear" on the back, spray painted. Because Jimmy Hart had always had those jackets with the hearts on it and the different tag teams. But it was so weird. It was like very creative. Jimmy Hart. Shout out to Jimmy Hart.
It's a good idea. I might actually have to steal that idea.
So as we close this awesome episode, which was so much fun, if there was one tag team that you wanted to bring back, male or female, because you guys are down to fight everybody, to bring back for one more match, and they're able to do it, and they're not cripply old or like. Not able
so they have to be alive and willing to wrestle.
Yeah, I was saying.
Would you want a face to absolutely just pummel?
Who are you thinking, Nova?
Good question. I'm trying to think of one.
Let's see.
I was thinking of I know they wrestled recently, but that's been like months ago. Awesome Kong and Raisha Saeed. That's not a bad tag team either.
Actually, not a bad idea. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I'll second that idea. That's a really good idea. I don't know if I could beat it.
My butt tickets to that. So, ladies, if there was any kids watching this podcast and they wanted to get into the wrestling business, what kind of advice would you give them?
Don't.
Yep.
Don't. Don't.
That's always the advice. Don't.
But
no,
like,
for real, if you're sorry, go ahead. Finish your thought.
You're good. For someone who's been doing it as long as I have, be ready for the grind. Don't take no for an answer. Because trust me when I say if you take no, it'll what's the word for it? It'll hinder you. If anyone says you can't, and if someone else tells you, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that, screw them. You can do this. You just put your mind and body to it. Because it's gonna be a long, bumpy ride.
That's right. Like Nova said, it's a grind. Like long days, long nights, lots of travel. Get used to your body not feeling the same ever again. I mean, aches and pains forever. Like, it's just, that's the reality of what we do. You know, we're putting our bodies through physical trauma, you know, night in, night out. And not to mention on days where, you know, we still train regularly. So we're still, you know, having matches throughout the week in preparation for the matches we have on the weekend. And then we also have to think of the travel to get there too. But to surmise that, it's a lot of hard work, but if you're really serious about it, you can absolutely do it no matter your size, your weight, what you look like, how old you are, where you come from. There's a space in wrestling for you. But wrestling doesn't owe anybody anything. So you get out of wrestling what you put into it.
Yep. Definitely agree.
If my fans want to follow either you on the social medias, how can they find you?
Boom, they're on the screen.
Oh yeah,
Morgan and Mercy.
Don't get the screenshot those on the screen. there and there.
Yeah.
That's right.
If my fans want to pick up any merch, do you guys have any merch if anybody wants to get anything?
I don't at the moment because mine's been slacking a little bit. Don't tell anybody. But I know Morgan has some great merchandise. Both of us have 8x10s of each other. More than welcome to just hit us up and you pay on sale. Right. I know she has a bunch of good shirts. Y'all need to buy the shirts, stickers, everything. So hit us up if you want some merch.
Keep an eye out for some Fire and Fury merch coming around. We're working on it. It's in the works. But other than that, like Nova said, I have a Pro Wrestling Tees store. You can search Morgan Mercy on there and find all of the shirts that I've released up to this point. They're all available for purchase. Or if you see me at a show or you see Nova at a show, usually we'll, like she said, have 8x10s or something along those lines.
Awesome. Ladies, I want to thank you so much for helping me open Tag Team Month on the podcast.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, ladies. It's an honor. And Morgan, I'm so happy to have you back. It was so cool to have you back on. Even though I hear the knocks on my window and it keeps telling you, he don't live here no more. He died. But I see you. I know you're in there, Joe. I'm Joe Panther III.
Morgan Mercy.
Nova Phoenix.
And we will catch you in the next one.